Hey there, welcome to my channel. My name is Linda and today we are working on a DIY rustic 3D twine heart for home decor. This is a design team project using product from Reneabouquets.com. Now let's get started. So what I have here, these are two hearts I purchased from Dollar Tree, and I'm simply removing the paper words from the front of both of them and of course the price tag, and then I'm going to remove the garland off the front of these. It's really easy. They just kind of wrap back and forth across the front of it, and of course you can save this garland for future Christmas craft projects if you want. And what you're left with is these two pieces, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip them to form one large 3D looking heart, and I'm just going to temporarily tape it with some Scotch tape in two places, and that'll help hold it together while I wrap the twine around. Now the twine that I'm using I purchased from Dollar Tree, and for my project today I'm going to be using two of those rolls of twine. You simply just leave a tail and you start wrapping, letting your twine wrap around those little knobs. You go up and down, diagonal, back and forth as long as you want, as much as you want to reach your desired effect. And as you come to the places where the tape is, you can cover over the tape, or as I got to those pieces of tape, just remove them. And then there's a couple of areas right at the top where there's like no knob. It'll show here in just a minute, right here, and you just hold the twine there and you wrap it in the same spot a couple of times and then it stays. At first I was going to keep that reddish brown color of the plastic on that twine, but then I decided it didn't quite go with the red I was using, so I ended up painting it with this Rust-Oleum spray paint, kind of a light brown, and it more matched the twine and then the colors of this project. So what I've got here, these are pieces of paper I've already cut and pieces of ephemera from different lines, paper lines, manufacturers I'm using, most of it from primamarketing.com. I've sewed around all the edges off camera, and now I'm just taking my scissors, the blade is open as you can see, and I'm just scraping it along the edge of each of the papers and ephemera pieces, and this just helps kind of roughen it up and give it texture. Takes a minute. I love mixing and matching my paper lines. Most people like to stay in the same line, but as long as the colors and the patterns match really well, I don't mind one bit using all sorts of pieces. So I'm going to be using Beacon Fabri-Tac glue today to get this project together, and we're just going to start gluing the pieces I have pre-measured for these wood pieces from my stash. I'm just going to basically use those for my different layers. Also, to help in layering, if you're new to my channel, I use a lot of cardboard to help layer up my pieces because I do get pretty tall, pretty 3D in effect, and I just, you'll see like cardboard already kind of pre-cut. I don't remember if I cut some of it on camera for you or not, or if it was just already kind of pre-cut off camera, glued together, but you'll see me have these bundles of cardboard in my hand, and that's what that is. And those of you that have been with me a while, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, so this is a Reneabouquets laser cut chipboard. This is a Sweetheart ATC tag. There are two of these tags and two little hearts that come with the set, and I'm just gluing a piece of one of the papers on it. That's just a little wood tag, a Christmas tag from my stash I got at Walmart, and I'm going to use the bottom portion of that and glue a little bit of the ephemera piece on there. That top part will get covered. In just a moment here, we're going to start layering onto the large 3D twine heart. I love it. Love this heart. I saw this on Facebook. A lot of people was doing this, and I'm like, I have got to do this. But I just kind of wanted to take it a step further and make it a little bit more home decor. A lot of people are just wrapping it with twine, putting a cute ribbon on it in a word, calling it good. Love that, but I like to take things a step further sometimes. This is a Reneabouquets laser cut chipboard. This is a set of 3 chain link frames, and I'm going to use the medium piece out of the set. You kind of get like a small and a medium and a large. I'm just kind of checking my edges making sure I'm kind of centered in the middle. Right now it looks offset, but don't worry, once I get all my pieces on and things hanging off the edges and so forth, it will all look centered. And my next couple of projects, I will be working with a lot of reds and blacks and antique linen colors, really light tan colors, just kind of the theme I'm going with this time around in the next few projects. My brain is just in that palette of colors right now. This is a Reneabouquets laser cut chipboard. Circuit elements is what it's called, and I've just cut a few pieces off that. I love these for texture in the background, and I like to just cut it up and use little pieces here and there. Now Reneabouquets laser cut chipboard is very thick, about the thickness of a nickel if you're new to my channel. And so as you can see here, I've got a piece of cardboard already on the back of this wooden tag to help take up the space so that it lays evenly across the front of the Reneabouquets laser cut chipboard. And like I said, you'll see that quite a bit through here. And I'm just kind of laying some more ephemera pieces down. Another circuit element piece. I'm going to measure again, so once I pull that circuit element piece out, it's going to be about the same distance as the chain link frame on the left side there. I'm just kind of straightening everything up. This is just a resin frame from my stash, and this one is a Prima Marketing resin frame, also from my stash. But see, I've got so many layers on that right side, I'm going to have to use some cardboard to help level up that larger frame, and you'll see that in just a minute. I think I used 6 or 7, yeah, you can see how thick that is, 7 pieces thick there just to make up that space. But unless you turn your project like completely like sideways and really look into it, you don't see the cardboard pieces that you use when you're leveling up. I'm just adding a clock face from my stash, again from Prima Marketing. Which, if you don't do a lot of paper crafts, the Prima Marketing is one of the main manufacturers that I like to use. I really like their product. So I have a lot of it in my stash. Renee sells quite a bit at Reneabouquets.com. All the latest releases and pieces and embellishments and things that they use. So I'm going to put that little wood tag in there. Again, that top part of that little wood tag will get covered up. These are some gears. Reneabouquets, of course. Beautiful board laser cut chipboard. You get a set of 4 like I showed you there. They're called ornament gears, and the watch that I'm using is also from Reneabouquets, and it's a silver pocket watch cabochon. So I'm laying down one of those ornament gears, and then I'm going to lay the metal pocket watch right on top. I love using the pocket watches. I'm going to go ahead now and use some quilting thread. I'm just going to take some off and kind of wind it up. I'm going to just lay it in this spot for now, and I'm going to use that in and around the flowers that will be coming up. So here are some Reneabouquets chiffon flowers. The first is in red. It comes from the Christmas pearl and rhinestone flower set that has a red, a white, and a green in it. And then the other one is just a set of 3 black chiffon pearl and rhinestone flowers. I'm going to use a little bit of cardboard here to kind of help layer up my flower there so that it sits level. Got it, and here comes another one of the ornament gears. And I'll start bringing in some of the Reneabouquets mulberry paper flowers here. The first color will be antique linen. I love that it's a new color this time around. It's roses, gardenias, and leaves set, and then the other 2 sets are mini roses and leaves in black and in true red. This is the antique linen. It's really pretty. It's kind of a taupey color, really gorgeous. There's the true red and there's the black. Gorgeous, gorgeous colors. Like I said, the antique linen is a new color release this time around, so you kind of want to get your hands on those. Some colors don't always get made twice. I'm going to bring about this thread now, kind of glue my flowers around it. I love using thread as a little bit more soft texture on my projects. There, that flower is now covered up, that little part of that black wood tag. See, doesn't that thread just kind of look pretty in there? It's just really soft and romantic. Love the shade of those red flowers. These are my favorite kind of flowers, these kind of open roses. I'm going to bring in some Reneabouquets beautiful board laser cut chipboard. These are decorative clock hands set. All those that you saw there are what you get in the set, and I'm using the medium size. I'm just using one clock hand just to kind of act like, you know, maybe an arrow that kind of points to the main title of the project here. And this is just a ephemera piece from one of the paper collections. I've just backed it with cardboard to make it a little bit stiff because it's going to kind of lay on the edge of the frame here. And then this is just a little wood ruler from my stash. I just thought it was a neat color to kind of go in with all the twine and stuff in the background. This is just a lock, again, from my stash. I'm going to kind of put it over to the left side. Just hidden there, just a little surprise for you. This is a little woodword from my stash saying noted, and basically it's saying, you know, love beyond words. It's unforgettable, and you kind of made note of that in your little brain. Or your big brain. We all have big brains, right? This is just a resin bird, a old shabby chic treasures piece from Prima Marketing. And then I'm bringing in a Reneabouquet Tiny Treasures butterfly. It's called Sweet Pea. And I'm bringing in some Prima Art Stone, some Reneabouquet Diamond Shard, which is a 60 grit, and some Reneabouquet black micro beads and some red sequins. And I'm going to be using 3D matte gel and my paintbrush to get some of this texture onto areas, especially on the flowers around my project. And the only texture that comes from Reneabouquets is the 60 grit shard glitter glass and the no hole glass micro beads. Using my fingernail. Those micro beads are tiny, and I'm using the tip of my fingernail to put them on there. That's how tiny they are. But they're so pretty when they're on. And I'm coming in and adding some sequins just to give a little bit more texture. Because the back of the heart is so textured, I really wanted to kind of bring some more texture forward onto the flowers to kind of compensate for all the texture of that twine in the background. And this heart is really, really big. It's probably about 12 inches, you know, at the highest height, and the widest width, 12 inches, widest length. Highest height and widest length. The width's probably about 3D put together, about 3 inches. So I'm going to take some heavy gesso and I'm adding some water in it to make it really, really thin, and then I'm just going to use it on my paintbrush, and I'm going to tap my paintbrush and add splatters around onto the twine and onto the project, just to kind of make it so that that twine isn't so flat sitting in the background, you know what I mean? It adds a little bit of depth to it. And I'll add it, of course, onto the other embellishments as well. But I hope you really enjoyed this project. If you really like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It helps me out a lot and really supports my channel. And if you're new here, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell. I post all sorts of DIYs and craft related videos. And if you missed my last Reneabouquets design team video, I will post that link so that you can go check it out. I'll have all the links down below to everything Reneabouquets, as well as the links to the product from Reneabouquets that I used on this project today. And I'll have links to my social media. Come follow me on Instagram, blog, Pinterest. I thank you for sharing your time with me, and I'll talk with you again soon. Bye.